Hello, hockey fans. Austin here, and welcome to today's pre-draft video. I'm kind of doing my own mock draft. I wanted to have this up a little bit sooner, but I guess it's never too late. The NHL Draft is tonight in Las Vegas at the Sphere. Well, at least round one is at the Sphere in Vegas tonight. Pretty excited about the draft. Usually I'm really in tune with, today's prospects. However, when I started creating content on YouTube, I started really focusing on the Oilers, and then they went on that playoff run, and I just didn't get a lot of time in to do scouting. For those of you who've been around the channel for a while, I have taken scouting courses. I've met people like Harry Sinden, Mike Oak of the Peterborough Pete's. I've been mentored by other people within the industry. I've taken hockey analytics and GM and scouting courses through Sports Management Worldwide. So scouting prospects and looking at prospects and trying to project prospects is something that I've loved doing for a long time. This year, I kind of fell behind, so my list, it's probably going to look a little bit different, and it's not as in-depth as a lot of other people's scouting reports. I basically started working on this right after the Cup Finals ended, and we're gonna jump in. I'm gonna show what the Tankathon is projecting, and then I'm going to show my own projection, different players that I really like that I think are going to climb up the ladder, some players that I think are going to fall down. And of course, I do have my top 32 prospects ranked. We'll see where they go. I'm excited. I will be live streaming the NHL Draft tonight. I'll be doing a reaction. And then, of course, every pick that differs from mine, I will be updating my little chart that I made to see where players went that I thought had a better chance, if players dropped, that sort of thing. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to tune into the live stream tonight, believe I'm going live at 5 or 6 p.m. Mountain. I have to double check. Keep an eye out for that. If you like these videos and you want to see more hockey related content that's not just Oilers, just make sure you hit that like button. And if you really like today's video, make sure you hit subscribe, and let's jump into it. So, Tankathon's kind of pre-draft ranking. This is kind of their mock draft. So they have Celebrini going first. They have Demidov going second to Chicago. You have Artem Levshunov going to Anaheim at 3. Caden Lindstrom 4. Zeev Buim at 5 to Montreal. You have Zane Parik going 6 to Utah. Sam Dickinson to Ottawa. Anton Silyev to the Seattle Kraken. Tidge Iginla going to the Flames. That would be a pretty good story. Tidge Iginla, of course, is Jerome Iginla's son. So if he ended up on the Calgary Flames, where his father played the majority of his career, that would be such a good story. I think Tidge Iginla is actually a little bit better than that 9th position, though. I could see him moving up, but I also could see him moving down. He seems to be kind of polarizing. Then you have Beckett Senek going to New Jersey. Cole Yzerman, I think, is a really good player. They have him going at 11th. Barclay Catton, they have him going at 12. Again, that's another player that I think is really good. They have Carter Yakimchuk going to Minnesota at 13. Consta Helinis, sorry, I'm going to butcher these names. I do apologize. Going 14 to Buffalo. Then you have Liam Greentree going 15 to Detroit. And then you have Mitch Branseg-Nygaard going to St. Louis at 16. You'll have Adam Yurchek going to the Washington Capitals at 17. Michael Haig going to the Chicago Blackhawks at 18. Trevor Connolly to Vegas at 19. Stian Solberg going number 20 to the New York Islanders. Igor Chernyshov going to the Kings at 21. Jet Luchenko going to Nashville at 22. Sasha Boivert going to Toronto at 23. Cole Beaudoin going to Colorado at 24. Andrew Basha going to the Boston Bruins at 25. Boston, of course, just reacquired that 25th overall pick in the Linus Ullmark deal, which I am not happy about as a Bruins fan, but I'll talk about that another day. Emil Hemming going 26 to Montreal. EJ Emery going 27 to Carolina. Cole Hudson going 28 to Calgary. Tarek Parasak going 29 to Dallas. Nikita Artemonov going 30th to the New York Rangers. Ryder Ritchie going 31st to Anaheim off a pick from the Oilers. Of course, the Oilers traded that first rounder in the Adam Henrique and Sam Carrick deal at the trade deadline. And then number 32, they have Dominic Badinka going 32 to the Philadelphia Flyers, which was acquired by the Florida Panthers. So this is what the Tankathon website is kind of projecting. There's nothing official there. It just kind of takes a lot of scouting reports and it kind of creates this like main scouting report, kind of how they project where certain players are going to go based on individual need, positional need for the rosters, that sort of thing. Now, for me personally, I do have my own rankings here. So I do believe Macklin Celebrini goes first overall to the San Jose Sharks. I see no reason why San Jose would not draft Macklin Celebrini number 1 overall, and I see no reason why he would not be playing in the NHL. He is NHL ready. And then number 2, I have Ivan Demidov going to Chicago. I think Ivan Demidov is a terrific, terrific player. This is a player that is also NHL ready. Chicago, they could have a big draft here. Demidov, real good player, puts the puck in the net, real solid, both ends of the ice. That's a player that Chicago should be looking their chops at to grab at number 2. Then number 3, I actually have Zeev Buim jumping up a couple spots to Anaheim. He plays left D. I like his upside more than some of the other defensemen that are ranked ahead of him. I like Zeev Buim a lot just based on what I've been able to watch. Based on some of the video I've seen, how he plays, how he moves the puck, his speed. I like his game. I think Anaheim picking him up would be a real good get for the Ducks. Number 4, I have Berkeley Catton going to Columbus. Again, another player that I think has jumped up the ladder for me. I like Berkeley Catton a lot. Columbus, they need goal scoring help. They need offensively gifted forwards. This is someone that could be NHL ready, coming right out of camp, but a lot to prove still. We'll see what happens. We'll see if he's able to jump in there. Number 5, I have Zane Parik, right D, going to Montreal. Zane Parik, real good player. Really like his game. That's another player that I have ranked higher than a lot of different outlets. That's a player that I think would be a real good fit in Montreal. Of course, Montreal, they have Lane Hudson, who's an offensively gifted defenseman. So, you don't want too many offensively gifted D-men, maybe competing for power play time, offensive zone draws, that sort of thing. But I think Zane Parik and having Lane Hudson, I don't think that's a bad thing in any stretch of the word. I think that's a good thing if you're the Montreal Canadiens. Number 6, I actually have Tij Iginla going to the Utah Hockey Club. I think he could get into that top 5, 6, 7 range. I like Tij Iginla a lot. Bit of a slow, bit of inconsistent play towards the end of the season here, but I really do like Tij Iginla. I think he's a terrific player. I think he's been getting better and better as his junior career has gone on. Real good performances internationally. I think Tij Iginla is someone that should definitely be a top 8 pick for sure, no matter what. But I do see some scouting outlets have Tij Iginla dropping below number 10. I don't think that that's going to happen. I'm going to say Utah picks up Tij Iginla. Sorry, Flames fans. We'll see if he does drop to Calgary, though. Number 7, I have Artem Levshunov going to Ottawa. Again, this is another really good defenseman, ranked higher than Zeev Buim on most draft boards. I like Artem Levshunov a lot. I think he would be a really good fit in Ottawa, especially with the rumors that the Ottawa Senators might be trying to move Brandstrom here. So we'll see what happens. If they're looking to move more defensemen, obviously they're going to need some defensemen coming in the pipeline to develop, play, and get ready to go in the next couple of seasons here. Next player I have is Liam Greentree. I have Liam Greentree going number 8 to the Seattle Kraken. I like Greentree a lot. Now, Greentree, the thing that's holding him back right now is his skating. Not the best skater. I don't think he's a terrible skater. Some scouting reports say he's terrible at skating. I don't see him being as like a really bad skater. I like Liam Greentree a lot. I like his on-ice awareness. His hockey IQ is off the charts. That would be a really good pickup for Seattle, in my opinion. Then number 9, I have Cole Yzerman going to the Calgary Flames. Now, if Calgary's going to lose out on Tij Iginla, if they're able to grab Cole Yzerman, that's a pretty okay consolation prize. Cole Yzerman is a really gifted forward and someone that would be an impact player on the Calgary Flames. If not this year, definitely next year. Cole Yzerman, he has all the tools in the world to be a really good offensive player. And again, his hockey IQ completely off the charts. Really like Cole Yzerman. Number 10, Sam Dickinson, I have going to the New Jersey Devils. Another really good defenseman here. Ranked pretty high on some people's lists, ranked a little lower on others. I like Sam Dickinson. I think that'll be the number 10 pick going to New Jersey. Number 11, I have Caden Lindstrom going to the San Jose Sharks. San Jose, of course, they are in a full-blown rebuild. They just traded up from 14 to get the 11th pick. And I think they're going to take a forward. I think they're going to take Caden Lindstrom or best forward available, depending how the draft board shakes out. But I think Caden Lindstrom is a good pick for them. I think that'll be beneficial. And whoever they get at 11, whatever forward is available, of course, like I said, they're going to take best forward available. I say Caden Lindstrom at 11 for San Jose. Number 12, Consta Helianis goes to Philadelphia. Now, this is a player that ranked, I think, a little bit lower on some draft boards here, but I like him, and I think Philly would like him as well. I think this is a player that's a couple of years out from being NHL ready, but once he is ready, real solid player here. Really like his game, like his skating, like his on-ice awareness, so that'll be a good pickup for the Philadelphia Flyers. Number 13 is Anton Silyev. Now, he's a lefty. I have him projected to go to Minnesota. This is a player that a lot of people have in their top 6, 7, even top 5 range. Not the prettiest type of player. He's not going to blow you away with his offense, but he is so good defensively, so good in his own zone. He reads the plays well. He gets his sticks and lanes. This is a real solid player. If he drops below number 10, obviously anyone that picks him after number 10 is getting a steal, in my opinion. I have him dropping to 13 to Minnesota. Number 14, I have Adam Jiricek going to Buffalo. Again, another defenseman that he's not going to completely blow you away with the offense, but it's just their hockey smarts, good positioning, good with the stick, hockey IQ in the defensive zone. Defensive awareness is very, very high. I think Adam Jiricek is a very good player. I think I have him ranked a little bit higher than most pundits, and if Buffalo grabbed him, I think that would be a good thing. Of course, Buffalo might be looking to get a forward, but there's a lot of good defensemen in this draft. Best player available. If at this point, this is how it played out, I would take Adam Jiricek. Number 15, Carter Yakimchuk, right D. Now, I have him dropping just a little bit. I think a lot of pundits have Yakimchuk a little bit higher, but I have him going to Detroit, a skilled defenseman that I think Detroit would really, really like, a player that might be a couple years out from NHL ready. But Carter Yakimchuk, he is a very skilled individual, very good player, and Detroit would be lucky to grab him at 15. Number 16, I have Michael Brandseg-Nygaard, right wing, going to the St. Louis Blues. Again, now that we're at this point in the draft, now that we're past 15, it just becomes kind of best forward or best defenseman available. I think at this point, this is the best forward available for the St. Louis Blues. With where they are in their situation, their organization, and their needs, I think picking best forward in this point in the draft, probably a good idea. But again, I'm not super familiar with St. Louis's depth chart. I like this player a lot. That's who I would be picking. Number 17, I have Beckett Sinecki, which I have going to the Washington Capitals. Again, Washington is a team that is aging. They're a little bit older. They're a little bit slower. They are going to need some young, skilled scoring forwards in their system to develop. I think Beckett Sinecki would be a real good pick. Number 18, I have Michael Hague going to Chicago. Now, I debated having Hague at 17 and Sinecki at 18. It doesn't matter. Chicago, once again, this is another team that obviously defensively, they're looking to shore up their defense, but on offense, I'd like to see them still continue to rebuild their cupboards, rebuild that prospect pool up front, and have guys ready to go in a couple seasons to come up and play and be contributing factors on a potential future cup-winning team in the next 2, 3, 4 years. Obviously, they have the Connor Bedard factor, and who did I have them picking? Number 2, Ivan Demidov. So you know what, Chicago, let's just keep loading up on the forwards. I have them taking Michael Hague at 18. Number 19, we have Tarek Parasak, right wing to Vegas Golden Knights. Now, I'm very high on Tarek a lot. Again, this was a player that I think a lot of people had a little bit lower on their draft boards. I think he is super offensively gifted, and he fits in a lot of different situations. In junior, he was surrounded by really good players, and I think a lot of people underlook how much he also contributes, and the fact that he's already a complementary player. You play him next to other skilled players, that's a good thing. That's a good sign. That's someone that would fit right in, so give him a couple years. Vegas, they're going for it all the time, so if in a few years he's able to come up and you can stick him beside an Eichel or a Stone if they're still with the team, that's a good thing. I like Tarek Parasak a lot for that. Number 20, I have Andrew Basha going to the New York Islanders. This is a very good player once again. This is a player that I think goes a little bit higher than he's currently ranked. I think he's currently ranked in that 25 to 28 range from a lot of individuals. But I like Andrew Basha a lot. I think the Islanders would be good to pick him. Best forward available at 20. The Islanders, they need goal scoring help. This is someone that will help them down the long run. Number 21, I have Igor Chernyshov going to the LA Kings. Again, good left wing, good player, good hockey smarts on the ice, good skater. Not much more to say there. Number 22, Sasha Boivert, I have going to Nashville. That's a centerman, projected to be a number 2 or 3 centerman down the road. A couple years out from being NHL ready. I think for Nashville, they're in that weird stage where they're probably close to needing to rebuild, but they are re-signing, or they just did re-sign up UC Saros. So I think they still want to be in like a win now mode. Sasha Boivert will probably give them quality minutes in 2 to 3 years from now, and that's a pick that you can't go wrong with. Number 23, I have Ryder Ritchie going to Toronto. Now, Ryder Ritchie, he's not like the most, he's not flashy when it comes to his offense. Ryder Ritchie, though, good, solid defensive forward, good on both ends of the ice. He can penalty kill. I think Ryder Ritchie long-term in Toronto could be a very good fit. Again, I'm just going like best forward available at this point. I think Ryder Ritchie in Toronto, I think their system, they'd be able to develop him well. I think he would be a really good fit in a Craig Berube coached system. Of course, a couple years out, we'll see what happens. Number 24, I have Emil Hemming going to the Colorado Avalanche. Again, another good right winger. I'm just going best forward available. Colorado, I think they want to bolster their forward prospect pool just a little bit. And Emil Hemming, he's really good. Too good to fall out of the first round, in my opinion. So we'll see if Colorado takes him. 25, I have Jet Luchenko going to the Boston Bruins. He is a center. The Boston Bruins are pretty weak in the middle. Best center available at this point in the draft would be Jet Luchenko. Very skilled, offensively gifted, good skater, someone that if you develop properly can definitely maybe slot into a number 2 center position in the future. Obviously, that doesn't help the Boston Bruins right now. However, the team, they've been pretty weak at the center position for a while, and they've got to find a way to start rebuilding that center position ASAP. And, drafting Luchenko, I would be okay with that as a Bruins fan. Number 26, Trevor Connolly going to Montreal. I think Trevor Connolly is another player that some pundits have him ranked a lot higher. Some have him ranked in the second round. I think Trevor Connolly, if Montreal can snag him at 26, that would actually be a steal for Montreal. Another young, gifted forward here that could help put goals in the net in a couple of seasons. I like Trevor Connolly. Number 27, I have Teddy Stiga going to the Carolina Hurricanes. Again, this is just best player available. I've seen a bit of Teddy Stiga compared to the rest, and I have him ranked just ahead of Cole Hudson, who I think could go to the Calgary Flames at number 28. Cole Hudson, playing in university, played well. He's an offensively gifted D-man, good skater. I think the Calgary Flames, that would be a good pick for them if they're able to snag him at 28. I know some pundits have Hudson a little higher, some have him a little lower. I like Hudson a lot. His size might get in the way, but I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. Number 29, we have E.J. Emery. He's a right defenseman going to the Dallas Stars. Number 30, we have Cole Beaudoin going to the Rangers as a centerman. Number 31, Charlie Elick, right D, going to Anaheim. And number 32, I have Lucas Pettersson, who's a centerman going to the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, of course, this is not a professional opinion. None of who I just mentioned and, my entire mock draft, none of this is like a realistic situation. Those are just who I ranked 1 through 32 based on best player available, positional needs for different teams. Based on what I was able to watch over the last week and a half or so, there was a lot of information, a lot of scouting that I had to do to get this list ready. My list is going to differ a lot more from your list, but I do want to hear from you, all fans that are tuning in right now. Who do you think goes number 1? Obviously, I think we all know Macklin Celebrini does, but what is your draft order? Is there any players that I missed? Is there any players that are being projected in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round that I missed that you think could be an absolute steal in the 1st round? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And as a reminder, I will be live streaming the NHL Draft tonight. I am very much looking forward to that, so keep an eye out for that. And as always, like the video, subscribe if you really liked it, tell someone that you love them, and fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go. Let's have some fun. We are in draft mode, and then it's going to be free agency mode. So lots of hockey, lots of offseason. Let's do it.